اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق وهذه إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره مقدار العظيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما. الحمد لله رب العالمين. أفضل صلاة وتام تسليما على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. ورضي الله تعالى عن السادة التابعين وعلماء آملين وأئمة أربع مجتهدين مقلديهم إلا يوم الدين. أما بعد. الحمد لله رب العالمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما. قال عبد فقير مضطر لرحمة ربه عثمان ابن محمد ابن عثمان مرفوع ابن فودي تقدم الله برحمته. آمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين. أما بعد فهذا كتاب عمدة علماء نافع إن شاء الله لمن أول عليه. وإنما سميناه عمدة علماء إلا لأن ما أوردنا فيه إلا آيات الكتاب وحديث سنة، وهم معتمدهم في اجتهادهم واستنباطهم. ولذلك وفقوا للصواب، إذ كل من تمسك بهم لا يضل. وفي مواطن قال صلى الله عليه وسلم قال الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: تركت فيكم أمرين لم تضلوا ما تمسكتم بهما، كتاب الله وسنتي. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, our Master. May Allah blessings be upon our Master Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, upon his family and his companions, and give them much peace. Says the poor slave in need of the mercy of his Lord, Uthman ibn Muhammad ibn Uthman, the one who is famously known as Ibn Fudiye. May Allah engulf him in his mercy, engulf him in his mercy. Ameen. All praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds. This is the book, the support of the scholars. It will be beneficial to whoever relies upon it in this age, that we will name it the support of the scholars, because we have only quoted in this book the verses from the book of Allah, Kitab Allah, Ayatul Kitab, and the prophetic Sunnahs, Hadith or Sunnah of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Essentially, it is these two sources that are the scholars object of reliance in their legal ruling, in their ijtihad, and their legal deduction, istinbat. Therefore, may you have success at arriving at its truths. Everyone who takes hold of the book and the Sunnah will never go astray. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it has been narrated in the Mawatu, said, "I have left with you two matters. Whoever takes hold of them will never go astray. They are the book of Allah and the Sunnah of his messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وأودعنا في هذا تليفي مباركي سبعة أبواب. الباب الأول في في بيان الدين الإسلام إسلامي وأقسام علومه. باب الثاني في بين آيات أصول الدين. باب الثالث في بيان حديث أصول الدين. الباب الرابع في بيان الآيات فروع الدين ظاهرات. باب الخميس في بين أحاديث فروع الدين ظاهرات. باب السادس في بيان آيات فروع الدين باطنات. الباب السابع في بيان الأحاديث فروع الدين باطنات. We have arranged this book in 7 chapters. So inshallah ta'ala, the 7 chapters, I'm gonna do this. This will be the first week, so I'm gonna do this within 7 weeks, inshallah. In 7 chapters. The first chapter is an explanation of the explanation of the Deen of Islam and the divisions of its sciences, right? I mean, all 3 of the sciences, right? And the second chapter, chapter 2, is an explanation of the verses of of Usulul Deen, the foundations of the Deen, right? The ayats in the Quran that are the explanation of the foundations of the Deen. Chapter 2 is an explanation of the hadith, or the traditions of the foundations of the Deen. Chapter 4 is the explanation of the ayats, the verses of the outward branches, the furu', outward branches of the Deen. The 5th chapter is the explanation of the hadith, the traditions of the outward branches of the Deen. Chapter 6 is an explanation of the verses of the inward branches of the Deen. Right? And chapter 7 is the explanation of the traditions, the hadith of the inward branches of the Deen. All right, of the inward branches of the Deen. All of this in total will be 7 chapters. هذه جملة أبواب هذا كتابي. وكل من فهم جميع ما يحتاج إليه في كل بيبا من هذه أبواب في آيات الحديث حفظاه وهو عالم. وأورد في هذا كتابي إن شاء الله تعالى ما يكفي أن يكون سلام لمن نور الله بصيرته إلا طلاب كل ما يحتاج إليه من الدين في كل باب من هذه أبواب في آيات وحديث إن لم يجد ما يطلبوه من هذا الكتاب فهو مندرج وبالله توفيق. It said, the Sheikh, he says, this is the sum total of the chapters of this book. Whoever understands all of them, that has been evidence to him in every chapter. From these chapters, it is the verses and the hadith, the traditions, and learns them by heart, commits them into memory. He will subsequently be a scholar. Right? He will subsequently be a scholar. He'll be a scholar of everything that is covered in this book in regards to the Fardu Ain, because this is what this book is applies to. You'll be a scholar in your Fardu Ain, right? As it relates to the hadith and the ayats of Quran, right? Everything that has been evidence to him from the chapters, from these chapters, will be sufficient, if Allah wills, for him whose insight has been illuminated by Allah, in order for him to arrive at everything he needs in the deen from its verses and its traditions, right, and its hadith. If what he desires is not apparent, he will find it subsumed everywhere elsewhere in the book. So if everyone have uh, went over the Umdat'l Bayan, right, and Umdat'l Muta'abidin, um, both them texts prepares you for this text. Because one, Umdat'l Bayan, as it relates to the Usul Deen, foundations of the Deen, the evidences that are in the foundations of the Deen in Umdat'l Bayan are the dalil al-aqiliyah, the intellectual proofs, right? The Umdat'l Muta'abidin are the dalil al-naqiliyah, the textual proofs, and the usul related to the dalil al-akhiliya and the dalil al-nakhiliya is that the dalil al-akhiliya does not contradict the dalil al-nakhiliya, and vice versa. The dalil al-nakhiliya does not contradict the dalil al-akhiliya, the intellectual proofs. They don't um, contradict each other. However, in Umdat'l Ulama, support of the scholars, there are 500 evidences from the Book of Allah and the Sunnah of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which are compiled related to the uh, to the evidences and the practices of the Fardu Ain, right? Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm a Hanafi who resides in a snowy land, and I don't know why I stumbled on a video. No law except here. I mean, yes, okay. Okay, may Allah Ta'ala make things all easy for you and facilitate everything for you that you need. Allahumma ameen. And jazakumullah khairan for the dua. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you, and may Allah Ta'ala make you better than what anyone believe of you, and make me better than what anyone believe of me. We're both just humble servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, striving for his pleasure. All right. So to like I was saying, and with Umdat'l Bayan, it goes over the Fara'ain, right? Umdat'l Muta'abidin, it goes over the Fara'ain as well. It has the proofs from the Book of Allah in Umdat'l Muta'abidin. Umdat'l Ulama, it has the evidences from the Quran and from the Hadith, right? Um, and alhamdulillah, I mean, this is something that, if Allah Ta'ala gives us tawfiq, that all of us committed to memory. These four umdats that I've went over are the first introduction to the Maliki fiqh series, according to the Minhaj of Uthman ibn Uthman and Fodio, Taqaddam bi rahmati Ameen, according to his Minhaj. All right. Um, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'm gonna do chapter one, and I will conclude the class, inshallah. All right, and then do chapter two next week. Babul Awwal, the first chapter. All right. Uh, في بيان دين الإسلام وأقسام علومه. Right. ف فأقول وبالله توفيق. اعلم وفقنا الله وإياك أن الذي تابه نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم له أصول فروع. وأما أصوله فهي إيمان وعلم وعلم مصحح للإيمان الذي هو علم أصول الدين. وأما فروعه فهي على قسمين: فروع ظاهرات ظاهرات وفروع باطنات. وأما فروع ظاهرات فهي إسلام وعلم مصحح للإسلام والذي هو علم شريعة. وأما فروع باطنات فهي إحسان وعلم مصحح للإحسان والذي هو علم حقيقة فإيمان وإسلام وإحسان هي الذين جمعوه ولذلك قال عليه الصلاة والسلام مخاطبا لأصحابه: فإنه جبريل أتاكم يعلمكم دينكم بعد أن سأله عن حقيقاتها وفسرها كما في حديث مسلم ولفظ رواية بخاري: إن هذا جبريل جاء ليعلم الناس دينهم. وهذه علم ثلاثة مصححة لها: فيها علوم الدين، وهو مراد بقوله عليه صلاة والسلام، كما في حديث ابن ماجه. ابن ماجه. طالب العلم فريضة على كل مسلم، وليس مراد بهذا علمي، كما قال علماء رضي الله عنهم، إلا علم معاملات التي كلفنا بها ثلاثة أقسام: اعتقاد وفعل وترك، وقد تكفل بتعليم هذه علوم ثلاثة: أول بالأول، والثاني بالثاني، والثالث بالثالث، وبالله توفيق. Chapter 1 as an explanation of the Deen of Islam and the divisions of its sciences. I say, and success is with Allah, and may you and I be among the successful. Realize that the Deen which Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, may Allah bless him and grant him peace, came with, has its foundation, its usul, and its furu', its branches. As for its foundation, it is al-iman, and the sciences that verifies al-iman as the foundations of the deen, usul deen. As for its branches, right, it is divided into two: the outward branch and an inward branch. As for its outward branch, it is al-Islam, and the sciences that verifies al-Islam is the science of the law, ilm al-sharia. As for the inward branches, it is al-ihsan, and the science that verifies al-ihsan is the science of the reality, ilm al-haqiqa, right? Hence, al-iman, al-islam, and al-ihsan are all uh, uh, an assemblage of the whole of the deen. All three sciences are assembly of the whole of the deen. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam said about the speaking of his companion, to his companions, verily it was Jibril. He came to teach you your religion, came to teach you your deen. This was said after he was asked about its reality. أخبرني إيمان، أخبرني Islam، أخبرني Islam. Tell me what is Islam. Tell me what is Iman. Tell me what is Islam. Tell me what is Ihsan. Right? And he, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, explained it as it was related in Sahih Muslim. In the narration of Imam Bukhari, it says, that was Jibril. He came to teach humanity their deen. These three sciences verify the sciences of the deen, ulumul deen. And it is these sciences that were intended by his words, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as related in the hadith of Ibn Majah. Seeking knowledge is an obligation upon every Muslim. And what is meant by this knowledge is only the sciences of science of behavior, ulumul mu'amalat. All right, ulumul mu'amalat. As for the scholars, as the scholars, may Allah Ta'ala be pleased with them, have said, the behavior that we have been made responsible for is dividing into three parts. It's three parts with three tenets. El-Ittiqad, El-Ittiqad, uh, um, fa'il, doing, work, and torq, avoiding. These three sciences that we have made responsible for responsible for are understood by al-Iman, al-Islam, and Ihsan, the first by the first, the second by the second, and the third by the third. And success is with Allah. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. The science of haqiqah, right? Ilmu haqiqah. All three of these sciences are sciences of the deen. Everything, like I had mentioned, everything in this book are related to the Fardu Ain. Right now, there's other texts that are included. The topics that are included in the furu'a, in the branches, din ilmu sharia, right? That is not mentioned in this text, or in the four umdats. Umdat'l Ubad, which I just completed, it mentions about the du'as and the supplications and the dhikrs that we do on a consistent basis, related to the salah, related to the adhan, related to recitation of Quran, related to sending prayers on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, related to everyday dhikr, right? That we do in these in the salah, while we're fasting, when we break our fast, when we go to before we go to sleep at night, when we wake up from sleep, right? However, far as every other topic, we must learn and commit them to memory, and that are part of our practice, like marriage, business, uh, fasting, all of these things. However, fasting is mentioned. It's also our Fardu Ain. However, everything that's related to fasting, related to marriage, related to business, related to governance, we have to learn what is lawful in these. And this text, Umdat'l Ulama, only covers what is related to mu'amalat, as far as practice, salah, fasting, tahara, so on and so forth. Right. Everything else we have to learn. Go over another text, like the Risala of Imam Ibn Abi Zayd, the Murshid al-Mu'in of Ibn Ashir, and other primer texts, to build on the foundation that Allah Ta'ala blesses us uh, to start with. Like this, with this text, if we memorize this text, Umdat'l Ulama, then we have memorized our Fardu Ain, and we have memorized the ayahs of the Quran that are related to our Fardu Ain, and we memorized the hadith related to our Fardu Ain. And in that, as the Shaykh who he had mentioned, will be classified as an alim or a scholar in that, right? And we have to teach it well. You know what I'm saying? What we learn, we convey it, and we teach it well. Um, Knowledge is to be is obligatory to learn, and the purpose of learning knowledge is to put it into practice. Because anything that you don't practice, you lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it. So, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, everyone who is watching, please like and share the video. Subscribe to the channels if you have not already done so. Um, please share it to your platform, share it to your page, send it to your friends, and hit the thumbs up. I don't know how many views I got. I don't know how many people has been watching. Um, Alhamdulillah, I was able to see one comment from YouTube. I'm not able to see any comments from Facebook. However, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless everyone's evening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.